What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and also a little bit of weird news about halfway through the episode. I am joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
Good, Conor. I don't have a bit this week, I'll be honest. I'm going to be...
You have just come in through the door from work. Yeah. You walked in, sat down, and then turned the mic on.
So you're getting... The mic's been hot all day. You know? So I've just been waiting to start talking, and here I am, and I have nothing prepared.
What I really am going to do is put you in more and more uncomfortable positions and then ask you to record an episode.
This is like at my wedding. It's like, Shaun, actually we really need to do a Patreon.
I was more thinking funeral of like a relative.
Would be worse.
Like you're not directly related, but like you're there.
I'm close enough
respects.
that people know me.
Yeah, and I kind of just like show up and I just like have your mic under a coat.
Yeah.
Here, lad, come outside.
Just like knocking on it. Just like turning down the mic in the church, doing the speech.
So as I said at the start, this is the show where we talk all the week's movie news, and then about halfway through, Shaun puts in a timestamp down below and a little jingle.
Oh yeah.
And we switch it up and we talk about all the strangest news stories from around the world. That is the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. That Shaun hasn't heard those stories.
Oh.
So that is coming up later on in the episode. But Shaun, we always start with movie news, and also, by the way, if it's your first episode, you don't have to do anything.
Kick back,
chill out,
relax.
Don't worry about it. If it's your second or above, we would really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a share, a follow. What else can they do, Shaun? Shout at somebody.
Shout it from the rooftops. Go and follow us on all of our socials. Check out the Patreon. We have extra movie reviews and stuff over there, and it's a fun time.
Find an old person, shake them until they listen.
Yeah.
Shake them until they either listen or give up.
You say give up. What does... Yeah, like this.
Oh, date.
Oh, okay.
I'm only asking for murder.
I'm not asking for murder, just for legal purposes.
He's saying assault. He's a good guy.
I'm just saying, pick your battles, you know?
Make sure they're really old.
You gotta win.
Really old. Like you're definitely gonna win. So yeah, look, it's time to get off with some movie news. So Shaun, the thing is, what we're going to start with this week is kind of a carry-on from last week.
Oh.
Insofar as, obviously, the Disney D23 thing happened. You had Comic-Con, all that happened. And so there was a lot of announcements. The big announcement, obviously, a few weeks ago, RDJ being announced as Dr. Doom.
Yes.
And you love that idea. You think it's a great idea.
Look, let's not revisit that. You know, who needs to hear that again?
We kind of talked about that for like 25 minutes. So a lot of the things over the last week or two have kind of been gone by the wayside. And I wanted to pick up on them because there's some pretty big announcements in terms of movies. Most importantly, animated movies, Shaun.
Okay.
Because Disney have made some announcements for some movies. Just original ideas nobody's ever heard of.
Okay. I think I know what we're about to talk about. And let me just tell you, me and my friends would have killed that thing with hammers.
No, Shaun, the thing is, I have all of them.
Oh.
I don't just have one. I have the full announcement of what Disney have for us. Num 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 num.
Thank
so
you, Disney.
Lovely, Disney.
Oh, I was so thirsty for food.
I want some more slop, please.
Deliver it into me.
So, look, what was Disney famous for in the 90s, Shaun?
Cutting edge animation.
Original ideas?
Original ideas. Taking a chance on directors and writers to deliver stories that would resonate with an audience.
Yeah, well, shut the fuck up. Because, Shaun, our announcement from D23 is going to be, I'm going to tell you what's coming up and you're going to tell me excitement levels. So if anyone hasn't heard these, lock in. Because not only do we have Moana 2, Shaun, along with the live action Moana also happening.
Moana was a good movie. Just leave it at that. I don't think you need a Moana 2. But look, someone will like it.
The Rock needs to come back. Well, Moana, like, Shaun, I cannot stress this enough, it grossed a lot of money.
Made $1 billion, that's true.
Ironically, it was original when they made it, so it's kind of a weird system.
See, they're selling theme park rides and attractions and stuff. That's all they're doing.
So they are now putting out Moana 2. It recorded the biggest animated trailer launch in Disney history with 200 million views.
Cool. That means nothing. Any view can be inflated.
And like, I think at this point, whenever you hear that clip of like, it's recorded the most views ever, I'm like, that's probably going to be broken next time. So like, it's not really, it's like being the most watched movie on Netflix.
Yeah, it's like what does that mean? Like they can they decide the views, really. Anyway,
next up, Frozen 3, Shaun.
God, like, go fuck yourself, honestly. You're get a fucking spine.
Here's the thing, Shaun. We might come across as negative here, and
we used to love movies.
First episode.
We're friends because we like movies.
We liked them. I liked them. We did our Deadpool and Wolverine review last week, and we had fun with that.
Yeah,
that was great, crack.
We had fun with it. But this...
Yeah, like, it was fine.
The third Frozen movie... There's another one we're definitely talking about soon that I can't wait to hear your views on.
Frozen 3 has $2.7 billion earned, Shaun, with the previous two movies.
Imagine the good you could do in the world with that.
You could do several other animated movies that would probably make maybe, I don't know, $500 to $600 million.
Yeah. Well, look, Frozen 2, from what I've seen, I didn't watch it, but big allegory for climate change by how the trailer looked. Probably just stop that instead of making Frozen 3.
But then again, we also have to kind of side with, like, if people like these, I'm like, look, if you're mad into this, cool. But I feel like I'm allowed discuss this because the next movie I want to talk about is The Incredibles 3, which was announced.
Yeah. This is all you, but you have the floor.
So, if anyone doesn't know, Incredibles is my favourite movie, right? Yeah. So I watched it when I was a child, obviously, and it resonated with me, you know what I mean? And I think The Incredibles is the best Pixar movie. Fight me, I'll say that.
But you
right?
actively limit yourself in how much you watch that movie.
I can only watch it once a year, because otherwise I'd just watch it too many times, and then it'd be ridiculous. That and The Batman.
Yeah. That's a recent addition, but yeah.
There's a recent addition to the list, but The Incredibles, that's like number one. I remember being 10, being like, this is my favourite movie ever, and I would just watch it every year. So Incredibles 2 came out, Shaun. I was very excited, and I went to see that movie, and I cannot tell you one thing that happened in that movie.
I think TV was the bad guy?
It was TV, and then also hang on, there was loads of different superheroes that all got taken over. There was brainwashing done to them through TV.
Elastigirl was the main hero. Then there was a bunch of people that didn't have good powers, but then they used their powers in a certain way and they were good. Was that a thing?
I think that might be a thing, but I remember going to see it and being like, Brad Bird lied to me, because he always said, Brad Bird, the director of the original, he was like, I'm not doing a sequel unless I have a good idea.
Yeah.
And he sat on that for like fucking 15 years, and I was like, Brad, absolutely. Don't do anything. Sit on that fucking... If you create a 10 out of 10, leave it. There's no point in coming back. And then he said, I have an idea. And then he did it, and it wasn't very good. So now, when they announced Incredibles 3, Shaun, I'm not happy about it.
No. I can't imagine it'll be much better. You know?
Like, maybe it will be, but like, why are we doing this?
I think... And this is not like, this is okay. It's somewhat based in nostalgia, but I think it's nice and fun when things just exist on their own every so often. Like if The Incredibles were just, is this really good Disney movie that they made that one time and then never touched again? That's kind of cool and interesting. The same with like my favorite Disney movie, Treasure Planet.
If only has one.
If they and ostensibly almost bankrupted the studio, but it's real good. They just used a very expensive means of production and then discontinued it. But if they came out with a second one, it would not be anywhere near as good, because it would be the least amount of effort you can get away with to make that film.
I also think that obviously nostalgia plays a part, that it will never live up
100%.
to the first one. So the first Incredibles might not actually be that good.
Ah, come on.
But like, to me, it's good, if that makes sense. So like, everyone has that movie that you're like, that's my favourite. And somebody else could be like, yeah, there's a flaw. And I'm like, yeah, probably. But like, at the same time, that's my favourite.
And I think it wouldn't feel so bad if every animated thing that was announced by Disney at this wasn't a sequel to an existing property.
Yes.
If they were making Incredibles 3 alongside, hey, there's this really creative new idea that we're going to take a chance on. And then you have Incredibles that will make the money. And then if that other one underperforms, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and I think that there was one or two that were kind of like half kind of talked about, that like, we're also doing this. I think one was called Hoppers, I think. So they were like, oh, we're doing this one as well. The problem is, like, the big reveal is very similar to RDJ Doctor Doom. It's like, we're doing Frozen 3, Incredibles 3, Moana 2.
But tell me on why Hoppers is cool. Tell me anything about Hoppers.
Because the other ones are locked in.
Yeah.
Like, you tell me Hoppers is the best movie ever, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's go fucking watch it. But if you just constantly just promote 3s and 2s of movies that we already know, already have an inbuilt fan base, you don't need to promote The Incredibles 3 that hard.
No, it's like Frozen 3. Like, I heard a thing, it's like there's two things that don't need advertising in the world, and that's WD-40 and crack. And they're both very, very successful. So, but like, I would say like Toy Story is in that. You don't need to market a Toy Story film, really.
The fact that they're doing Toy Story 5, they should be arrested. But also
Egregious.
The fact that they're Toy Story 4, they should have been arrested.
Yeah, I still maintain Toy Story 3 didn't need to happen. It's good.
What, though?
It's good. It didn't need to happen.
I'm going to go against you there. I think 3 is a perfect round off, because it's the bit at the end where it's like, you got to grow up out of your toys and everything. Like, that is genuine. If you wrote an ending to those movies, like, right, we've handed them over. It's the end of the game.
That's why I'm saying it's good. It's a good ending. I still think they could have left it at 2 and been grand.
Well, that's because 1 and 2 are fucking outstanding. They're just absolutely excellent.
Pieces of film.
But the difference between that was they did 1, and then it was super successful, and they immediately launched 2. Like 2 years later, 2 comes out. Like, which is crazy when you think of animation, that like 2, I think it was 2.5 years later, the second one comes out.
Yeah, wasn't it like 95 and 97? Like,
it's like, how did you do this? You're maniacs, firstly. But secondly, like, it was back to back. And so then the third one, I think you get away with it because I think it's so good. But the idea of like the Incredibles doing the back-to-back 2 and 3 is weird. But like, if you do the first one, then wait 20 years, then back-to-back 2 and 3, that's quite annoying.
If they waited like 15 years and had like grown-up Violet and Dash secret superheroing, that's the way you do an Incredibles 3 at this point. Not, hey, let's just do another story.
I don't know if I'll go watch it.
Man, I think I might just wait for it on Disney Plus. Like, I think that's how I'll consume Incredibles 3.
Yeah, and that's the saddest thing in the world for me. And I don't think I'll go watch Toy Story 5 either.
No.
And it's not because they're not going to be good. Well, they might be alright, and people will work very hard on them. But there's like a diminishing returns to this kind of stuff that I think that they're still doing over and over again. I mean, that's kind of the animated side, but if we want to also talk about the live action side, well, I'm going to say live action, Sean. Mufasa and the Lion King, Sean, that got its own trailer as well. Why does that's fucking cash grabbing. That's just like, hey, we have all these lion models left over, let's do something with them. You know what, that's more annoying. If they did The Incredibles with their weird half live action, half not live action, because it's definitely not live action, don't lie to me. Yep. But like, if they did that with The Incredibles, I'd be like, this is worse. Yeah. This is actively, you've ruined it again. Yeah. You've actually ruined it worse than you could have.
Double down on making it shit.
Because like, if you love Lion King, just watch The Lion King.
If you love the Lion King live action remake, which apparently 1 billion people saw,
but it's just the same movie as the other better one.
Yeah. That's held up for years.
Do we sound like haters here?
I think we do,
negative?
but I'm fine with being a hater on this, okay?
No, Sean's a hater of Disney recently. Also, they're not in the news for good things this week. Did you hear about the lawsuit and the whole thing with that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's not great. Look up Disney lawsuit from this week if you want to learn more.
Like that's the biggest like dystopian fucking thing. It's like
I think that might be playing in my head to be like, yeah, let's fuck them up.
I'm coloured by all of this. No, like it's the thing is that as a company and a corporation, they've made some of my favourite things in the world. But I can also separate from that and acknowledge they have shitty business practices, and I can personally not like the kind of films that they're greenlighting at the minute.
I suppose it's actually probably in another way. It's like, we know you're fucking like the best.
Yeah.
The reason why you are the best is because you were the best, if that makes sense. So like, you were the number one. So why are we wasting time making like 4, 5 and 6s of movies when your whole thing was original ideas? Let's do some cool things.
I like, art is a business, and that sucks. But also, and I know this has come up like 4 weeks in a row, but capitalism, every year profits have to be bigger than last year. And we've reached a point now that they can only do safe bets. Look at Warner Brothers. They're fucking tanking.
Oh yeah, Warner Brothers are dying. And Disney will start, and I mean, the MCU is also dying.
Yes.
So, well, it might not be. Maybe it's back up. RDJ back in. Fantastic Four ready to go.
Big Red Hulk, just show him in the trailer. Why not?
Just don't worry about it. Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Didn't see Avatar.
So Avatar is going to be in its own movie. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. That's going to get its own show.
Yeah.
And film, sorry.
Its own film. That one is weird, because I saw a thread on Twitter and it was just like, all of the major plot points in a bunch of major Mandalorian plot points have just been undone by different seasons and by this movie that's coming out. Like, the ship exploded and it's just back in the movie. He wears his helmet all the time again. Grogu went to Jedi training and then came back just because he wants to hang out with the man. Like, nothing seems to stick in that show.
Yeah, but I think everyone kind of tuned out after like season 2 or 3.
I got to the end of season 2 with weird Luke Skywalker, and then I just dipped.
Also, just let that guy play Luke Skywalker.
Looks exactly
the guy who's playing him. It's a fucking twin. Like, why would you get somebody who's literally the spitting image of the person he's portraying and then put dots on his face and make him look worse?
Perfect. Like, they just made a cheap imitation of the thing people remember and love. Doesn't that sum up a lot of... I mean... Yeah. Sorry.
I wanted to finish on a positive because I knew we were not going to probably be very positive. Also, I feel like all these movies, fair play to you. We're just more disappointed. I just want some good, cool ideas. I like original things.
Yeah.
My favourite movie of the year, Dune, obviously, is the best. My favourite movie of the year is The Fall Guy. I think that's my favourite movie because it's just a fucking idea that somebody had, and they did a cool movie about it, and it's scripted quite well, and it's fucking shot excellently.
Yeah, and it's a fun time, and they're never going to make a Fall Guy 2.
And it didn't make any money.
Hell yeah.
And also, watch The Nice Guys. If you haven't seen The Nice Guys, go watch The Nice Guys.
Also, watch Game Night. I watched Game Night again the other night. Real good.
Game Night is so
good.
good.
Fantastic.
Oh no, he died. What's it like? Don't shoot me, I have kids. Not with that ass. Thank you, I suppose. I'm so confused. And we wanted to finish on Daredevil Born Again has been obviously.
Before we touch on Daredevil, can I just say the weird live action Stitch looks real weird.
Yes, I forgot the weird live action Stitch. My apologies.
Not at all.
Yeah, they're doing live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
because we needed that.
One of the most treasured animated films of all time.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
let's do a weird live action. Stop. Also, every time they say live action, it annoys me.
Yeah,
because it's like it's definitely not though.
I'll take a new branding term. You know.
Yeah, that needs a rebranding big time because you can't say The Lion King is live action.
Yeah,
because none of those animals are real.
I'll take like CGD, like computer generated Disney. Like, I'll take that.
Yeah, do some fucking weird, brand shit.
You could patent it then. You'd love that, wouldn't you?
You'd look great, wouldn't you? What do you think about Daredevil Born Again?
It looks good. I'm not...
Don't want to get my hopes up, but
No.
Daredevil 1 and Season 1 and Season 3 are excellent.
Yeah, Season 2 dips a bit. Punisher's real good as well. I like the Punisher. And everyone's back. Everyone's back in this.
They're all back. Well, this is only funny because they shot the show without Foggy and Karen and the Punisher, I think. And then the people were obviously outraged because people were like, hey, one of the best parts of the show is Matt and Karen and Foggy.
And the dynamic and the relationships between them,
Yeah, and I think they make Matt a better character because he has to kind of balance stuff then and all that stuff. But they then had to reshoot the whole show again because people were complaining so much.
Yeah, and rightly so, I would say. Now, it'll be interesting to see what else matters in Daredevil Born Again. Because Kingpin showed up in Hawkeye, and a bunch of stuff happened there. Daredevil showed up in She-Hulk. Like, is any of that going to come in? And I think Season 2 of She-Hulk got cancelled. I think was that announced?
Also, what the other was cancelled was Blade, I think.
Blade was like a soft cancel. Eternals 2, get the fuck out of here.
I think, look, I'm not saying they're cancelled because we don't have confirmation. What I will say is they released their timetable, and Blade was not there anymore, and either was Eternals 2.
And they've done that before, where they've just kind of quietly dropped projects, just never to happen again. But look, Armour Wars is still coming out. We will get an Ironheart movie, folks. Don't worry.
I'm pretty sure Armour Wars is cancelled.
No, not Armour Wars. But Rhodey's a Skrull, whatever.
I think it's cancelled.
Armour Wars.
Look,
it still says upcoming.
Here we go.
Is an upcoming... no, this is the Marvel fan wiki. Hang on.
No, what I want... Just search that cancelled.
Marvel... Marvel quietly cancels movie nobody expected.
I remember looking that up during doing research for this, and I was like, oh, I may tell Shaun Armour Wars got cancelled.
Oh yeah, Armour Wars rumoured to have been cancelled. Yeah, it's not on the slate.
Once again, rumoured, not confirmed, but that Blade and Eternals 2 were all just kind of quietly brought out back and shot.
Again, just give me 90 minutes of Kevin Feige smoking in a room, desperately explaining what matters. That's all I want.
He's so stressed. And do you think he's just like long, slow, dry, like, cancel fucking Armour Wars?
Yeah.
Someone get John Cheadle on the fucking phone. What a prick.
He's doing long drags. Like, he's finishing it in
he's
3.
He's so annoyed about the Skrull reveal not killing that he's just like, it's fucking Cheadle's fault. I'll tell you that now.
I blame Cheadle myself now. Like, it just... Nothing in that universe has had any weight for the last 4 years. I
just wanted to tell you all those things are cancelled. If you were looking forward to them, unfortunately, they did the D23 big reveal, like, isn't it great, we're releasing all these things, and then simultaneously we're like, also those things are cancelled, but don't look it up. So we don't know if they are or not. It's not confirmed. But if you were looking forward to Armour Wars, I would maybe get a different hobby, maybe a different interest, pick a different thing that you're interested in. Zootopia 2, that's coming out.
Zootopia. No.
Zootopia was sitting right there, didn't do it. But
it's an open goal, lads.
Well, they're also talking about James Cameron, because they are going to be bringing out an animated series called Terminator Zero. This year. And James Cameron was doing interviews kind of promoting it. I think it's on Netflix, and he's going to be promoting it, and during the interview he basically kind of confirmed that he's working on a new secret Terminator project himself. Now, I read this and I heard him say it, and it's weird because he's also doing Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 until he dies.
True.
So how is he also simultaneously doing Terminator 9 or whatever they're on?
Because I don't know, because I thought he was involved with Genesis, I think he was involved, or Dark Fate, I think he was.
No, what I think happened was they did the movie and then they asked James Cameron to watch it and he said, oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's grand.
And then they were like, James Cameron approved and James Cameron has worked and helped on this movie.
They need to start doing, I forget what, there's a series that does it, but it's just, like, he just needs to make just a sequel to Terminator 2. And like, it's not like, oh, they rewrote history or whatever. He just says in every press tour, all of the other ones don't matter, and now this is it. And that's all you have to worry about.
But how would you do that though? Arnie's not coming back. Well, maybe he might.
He might, but like, Arnie has a son, right? What's he look like?
You could bring Arnie's son in.
Arnold. I hope he looks like
Yeah,
him.
he does. He's an actor.
He
I
is.
can't remember what he's been in.
No, but he's been in stuff.
He's been in stuff.
Patrick Schwarzenegger or Christopher Schwarzenegger, one of them.
One of them. Maybe both of them. Bring both of them in.
Apparently Patrick's the lesser known one. Oh yeah, no way, Patrick could do it.
Is he the head of him?
He's the head of him, yeah. He needs to like bulk up a little bit, but he can do that.
Yeah, but he can do that. Sure, Arnie's his dad. He's about to bulk.
He's about to be in the White Lotus. He's about to explode.
Oh, he's laughing. I'll cast him now, James. James, he's about to rock off. You need to get him locked in.
Get him locked in before he turns into fucking Marvel boy. Also, are we talking about that other trailer that came out for Marvel?
We can if you want. This is a free-for-all at this point.
Yeah.
Whenever D23 happens, this is a free-for-all. Why? What trailer would you like to talk about?
I don't think it's officially released, but like, I've seen the video.
That's why we're not talking about any of them, because they weren't officially released.
Fair.
But if you would like to... No, please, go on.
I just need to say, they're about to massacre my boy the Sentry.
I purposely did not watch the Thunderbolts trailer because, like, the released one or the leaked one, because I was like, look, I'll just watch it on YouTube when it comes out, because it's also going to be in cinemas for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, every time I go see a different movie, so I'll see it enough.
When you go watch The Fall Guy again.
And obviously, but like, so you're telling me it's not going to be good, or what's the story?
I just don't have much hope in it. Also, I'm going to let you watch the trailer when it comes out. It's going to be fun.
Good.
We'll revisit this.
Good.
Nah, don't worry about it.
You're kind of filling me with the feeling that it's not very good.
Hey, look, Terminator could be great, you know?
Would you watch a new Terminator movie, I suppose, is the question.
Not in cinemas. Is that bad to say? How?
That's actually... Oh my God. That's fascinating. Because I think literally our headspace right now is the fact that if a sequel to one of those movies comes out, we'll watch it on streaming. But if an original movie comes out, we'll go watch it in the cinema, such as maybe Dune, like, or even The Fall Guy, or something cool that, like, there's no preconceived idea of what it is. Whereas if you tell me Incredibles 3 is coming out, I'm like, I've already seen 1 and 2. I'll go watch it on Disney. It's fine.
I've enjoyed my theatrical viewings of The Incredibles 1.
Which is the opposite of, I think, what they think.
Yeah, they think we're all going to rush
The opposite
out.
of what they think that we think.
Yeah, like, you just know, like, there's executives clamouring for a Barbie 2, you know?
Oh, yeah, every day Greta gets 4 phone calls.
Yeah.
And they're like, will you do it?
Please.
What about for
please.
$700 million?
Yeah.
Will you do it?
But yeah, I think you're right that we go for like event stuff and like original IP to get the best experience of something we've never experienced before. But if it's
because
something that's so clearly churned out just to cash in on the fact that, oh, you already like this, then we'll just wait till we can watch it at home at our leisure.
Because it's actually like a weird psychological thing for me anyway. That I think genuinely that I'll be like, oh, this is a cool idea. If it's something new and someone I know goes to see it and it's more word of mouth, they're like, hey, do you know a random movie? Like, that's really good. Knives Out, great example. That Knives Out came out and kind of quietly was in cinemas, and I just had 2 or 3 people be like, it's fucking great. I just went to see it randomly on like a fucking Tuesday night, and it was really good. You should go see it. And I was like, okay, cool. And I went to see it, and I was then telling everyone to go see it.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had. Like, just
Yes.
fantastic. And
Yeah.
and like, I'm sure it would be good watching it at home, but the first time seeing that in cinemas, fantastic.
A Quiet Place as well.
Yeah.
A Quiet Place is like, when you told everyone about it, you were like, you have to go to the cinema to see it. But if I was like, you have to go to the cinema to see Frozen 3, you'd be like, I don't think I do. Like I can see number 1 on Disney and like play it real loud if I need to. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. And like the exception to the rule being like, I actively was like, I'm going to watch Guardians 3 in the cinema. But that's because that's a series where I don't know, it's been proved that a sequel can be at least it's made to tell a story, not to cash in on liking the first one.
Yeah, it's a different vibe because I think James Gunn said from the start there's going to be 3.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a story.
Yeah, that's like the plan overall. No one's going to the cinema for fucking Craven.
We're going to talk about Craven.
Good.
So I know, Shaun, you're already annoyed. You're already basically not in a good mood, and I can kind of sense it. You've come in from work and the vibes are fuck this. And it's Disney heavy this week because obviously of all the news that came out. Also, Channing Tatum wants to do another it wants to do a Gambit movie.
God, Channing, no, just
that
leave
was
it.
Sent to that was sent to us by at least 3 people that they were like, he did an interview and he was like, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it.
I mean, I guess. Like, dude, I would love it for you, but you're just going to get hurt again.
It's like your friend keeps going back to the dickhead boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're like, just stop.
And like, he's just got closure. And now he's about to open up the old wound.
He's like, no, he's changed. I swear.
It'll be fine, don't worry.
He said he's different. He's not going to string me along anymore. Just also, the headline when they announced it was, who Channing Tatum still wants to make a name for himself as Gambit.
Great journalism there.
It's great stuff. I gotta appreciate that. Also, it just reminds me of Andrew Garfield after No Way Home, when they were like, oh, he's gotta have another movie, and then they were like, oh no, that's not happening.
It's not happening. And then like all that like love and sport just died immediately.
Of course. Okay, we're going to finish off the movie news, Shaun, with the big trailer of the week. The one I have been most wanting to talk to you about. The one that really caught my eye. And if you haven't seen it, I would recommend going to watch it right now. The Craven trailer. And that is the new trailer for Aaron Taylor-Johnson's new big R-rated movie. This is Sony. They've locked in. Sony have brought you some of your favourites, such as Morbius again, Madam Web,
Venom.
What else have we got? Venom 1, Venom 2, Venom 3. They've locked in.
Yeah.
So they have a series of movies there that they have finished and put out and are different levels of quality. You be the judge. But
yes,
release Morbius again. We'll go see it this time. But their new big villain, their new big lad that they're going to do, because they can't do Spider-Man because Marvel are currently using him. They've got Craven the Hunter, Shaun. One of Spider-Man's biggest villains, an absolute all-round bastard as it all goes. What did you think of the trailer?
It's real bad, isn't it? It looks like shit. This movie's going to be real bad. It's a character whose primary thing is he's defined by his obsession with Spider-Man. And they're just taking him out. He's also a good guy in this. He's a hunter of bad men, it looks like. Yeah,
so for anyone who's not caught up on why this movie exists, is because Sony own the rights to Spider-Man.
Yes.
But they share the rights with Marvel currently.
Yes.
And Disney. And so they only can use Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the specific movies that he's chosen for. Otherwise, Sony owns every other Spider-Man character, and they're only not allowed to use Spider-Man. So they have everybody else. But you can see how that's a problem when the villain's main goal is to kill Peter Parker, Spider-Man, or Spider-Man in general.
Yeah.
So, like, it's very much like doing, a Joker movie without Batman, or just some sort of villain, just a villain movie without, a Lex Luthor movie without Superman. Just because Lex Luthor's whole thing is he hates Superman so much.
Yeah, but like they also like it also feels like they want these characters to be the heroes. Like they want everyone to like them ultimately, despite the fact that.
So, which is why they brought out Venom, and then they brought out Morbius, and then they brought out Madam Web,
which is a different universe technically.
Technically a different universe, but still Sony, so we can't hold it against them. So they also now they're just doing the villains of Spider-Man as anti-heroes in movies consistently. And I don't know what the grand goal is. Maybe there's like an Avengers team up of villains.
I think the grand goal is if they use them, Marvel can't. I
think that might be the goal.
It's that petty.
And so Sony's new R-rated trailer for Kraven the Hunter was brought out, Sean.
It's just gutless, man. Like there's nothing in
what
this.
I thought this looks like the next John Wick.
No, it does. Like they keep pitching it as it's the R-rated. It looks like shit.
What? He's killing people. He's going around hunting.
I don't know, but he's not though. He's doing some flips and lads are falling over.
The helicopter is pulling him and he's holding onto the ladder and he's going through the ocean. That's class, man. That's so good.
But nothing about it's not Kraven. It's not, and I don't want to be that guy. There are different versions of characters from the page to the screen. That's absolutely fine. But this is just it's got nothing to do with the actual story of Kraven the Hunter that makes him a good and interesting character, in my opinion.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about Kraven? Just, I know you've done about 9 years on him, but just a really quick summary for anyone who doesn't know who Kraven the Hunter is.
Disgraced Russian nobility, started hunting animals, gave up on guns because it was too easy, so he started hunting them with his bare hands. Gave up on animals because it was too easy, so he started hunting men. Gave up on hunting like humans. And then he heard about this Spider-Man guy and was like, I'm going to hunt him. That'll be the best hunt I'll ever have. And so he just dedicates his life to hunting down Spider-Man and other superpowered beings. And he's just, for the most part, a regular man aside from some magic to stop him from dying immediately.
Also, he's basically psychotic, and one time he cloned himself a big bunch of times, and then he got all the clones to fight each other, so then he could find the ultimate Kraven.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good. That was good. And then there's a
if you had to put a number on it, how many children has he killed?
87.
That's a big number.
A big number.
Big number of children.
And so there's a story called Kraven's Last Hunt, where he quote-unquote kills Spider-Man and starts operating as Spider-Man but killing people. And then when he realises that he'll never actually beat Spider-Man because he can't be a better person than him, he unalives himself, as the TikTok kids say.
Very good.
But it's a very poignant, heartfelt story. And honestly, part of me thought they were going to try and adapt that.
The minute I heard Johnny Cash kick in, I was like, Sony, you have done it again. Sony,
the most unearned needle drop of all time.
I just love Sony's balls, is what I'm going to say. Sony genuinely are like, we're basically the same as Warner Brothers.
Do you think they know, like... Oh, we're the same as Warner Brothers. Yeah, they can take that.
Yeah, they can take that. But this Sony every single time reminds me of the Dark Universe with Universal.
Yeah.
And we talked about on the Patreon, we discussed Tom Cruise's the Mummy movie in 2017, in which they did a whole logo, had it all set up. They did the logo before they set up the universe because the logo was so good. And so they were like, Universal, but it changes into Dark Universe. And then they were going to have all the monsters in it. It was going to be good. But Sony have the same vibe of being like, we're going to make real good movies. We're going to have Kraven, Morbius, Venom, and then they're all going to join together to fight probably Madam Web, I suppose.
Or she'll fight them, like, because she's the super good one, I guess.
I've seen that movie. She's not great.
She's not great. She's not great at all. But it just feels like what are we doing? Like, what's What's the point in that? What's the point in making that movie?
Because it looks cool. I'm telling you now, this is going to do well.
You're taking the piss.
No, I'm saying I don't think it's going to be good. I'm saying I think it'll do well. They're different things.
Very little dialogue in this trailer. I think they were afraid of in the Amazon with my mother researching spiders situation.
I just think if I was 16, I would go see this.
If I was 16 and liked comics as much as I did when I was 16, I don't think I'd go see this.
But see, I don't know Craven. So when I was
what a
younger,
fabulous introduction you're about to have.
So I'm like, holy shit, this guy's great. Better read a comic book. Oh no,
heavens.
Kill all those children. 88 now.
Look,
what do you think of Russell Crowe, by the way?
I was just going to say, they love letting Russell Crowe do an accent, don't they?
I love Russell Crowe. I think he's fantastic. I would never shit on Russell Crowe.
He occasionally comes on the biggest talk show in Ireland called The Late Late Show and just sings a song and has a Guinness with the host.
Yeah.
Like he just does that every so often.
Russell Crowe, and I'm going to go down, is a legend.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't mean like a legend in the industry. I mean the Irish version of legend in that he's just seems sound and also a bit of crack.
Yeah, I think he's gotten in a few scuffles, I will say. But haven't we all?
But I do think that when I see him in a movie, I'm like, Russell's not taking this seriously, and now I'm happier because you're here, Russell.
Never disappointed to see Russell Crowe turn up.
No.
My wild take for Gladiator 2, I think he's going to show up in a dream.
Oh, and we'd all be delighted. If him and Paul Mescal show up, sure, the place would be fucking hopping.
Wouldn't they? The sing-songs you'd have, lads.
And then lastly, I want to discuss... How did you think Rhino looked in this trailer?
Do you know, I forgot Rhino showed up in this trailer, Connor. I didn't think you could improve on the Paul Giamatti version of the Rhino that we saw.
I think the Paul Giamatti version is better.
It's way better than this. This looks like shit.
Way better than this.
The Rhino thing.
Like a weird blob.
He's a weird grey cement man. Like,
do you know what he looks like? He looks like the fake Rhino that Ace Ventura bursts himself out of in Ace Ventura 2.
Yes.
That's the kind of material he kind of looks like.
Also, this is just like, it kind of feels like just the plot of all the other movies. Because there's going to be a rogue scientist who tests a serum on themselves.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. And then we've got a bad guy, but we've got an even badder guy. And then the half bad guy got to fight the big bad guy.
Yeah, but I did a report on Rhino, man. And he's such a weird, sympathetic character when you get down to it.
And Russell Crowe's going to be like, you got to do it for me. And he's going to be like fucking chewing scenery. And then you're going to turn out Russell Crowe's actually a dickhead halfway through. And we all know that's coming. So
is Russell Crowe the actual Craven? And his son is just,
I mean, you're asking me. I don't know. I would assume yes. And he's got two sons, and is one the evil scientist, and one is Craven?
See, traditionally his sons are Craven and the Chameleon. I don't know if they're going to do that, but
I think that's probably what they're going to do.
Because then it's two characters, man. Although I think technically there's a dude called Dimitri in Far From Home. And that's apparently meant to be the Chameleon, but he never does anything.
I love that with all of Sony's movies, we always have to be like, technically, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of qualification that goes on with a Sony.
Do you remember the Morbius trailer when Spider-Man was on the wall?
Oh, how they blatantly false advertised to people?
That was insane.
How did they get away with that? That generated hype for like 4 weeks, and then the movie was still bad.
Fred Heschinger is down to star as Dimitri, aka the Chameleon, in this movie.
Right. Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. So I'm going to get some weird face changes.
You have Russell Crowe playing his father, and then he has the two sons. One's going to be the evil scientist, one is going to be Craven.
Connor,
and then they're going to fight.
Russell Crowe is dead. Dimitri has taken his place because he's jealous of Craven. That's the plot of this.
Yeah, and his brother's probably not going to be happy with that, I would say.
No.
Like, once Craven takes over, he's going to be like, but I have the brains. What is wrong with me? I want to be Craven the Hunter.
I am his last name would be Craven. I don't know, it's Dimitri's. Anyway, it's Dimitri has taken Russell Crowe's place as head of the family. And Craven, Aaron Taylor Johnson, feels like he's hunting down his father, but he's actually hunting down his brother.
Oh my god, this is going to be fucking great. It's going to be better than Madam Web. It has to be.
Are we going to talk about this on the show? Do I have to?
Yeah, because I'm fairly positive you might say some real vulgar things, and that'll be really funny.
That's fair, actually. I do say vulgar things.
Yeah. So, Shaun, I think that's it for this week's movie news. So that means it's time for Weird News and the Weird News jingle. Weird News never disappoints. A solid 3 out of 10. Never go higher, never go lower.
It's gone up in your estimation. You love to see it.
This is Weird News. What do we do here, Shaun?
You've spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy working to support this family to look at any weird news.
Fair enough. So, Shaun, I'm going to start off Weird News this week with a woman who also was working hard.
Oh?
Now, when I first read this storyline, I was outraged for her. And then after you find out how much she stole, it kind of changes. Because I have Chicago woman gets 9-year sentence for stealing chicken wings from work.
Oh, seems a bit harsh, right?
See, it's very harsh. I mean, stole a few chicken wings.
Haven't we all?
Haven't we all?
Like, you know, one for you, one for me, you know? You gotta wet your whistle a little bit.
Shaun, she stole a staggering $1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
Now, all at once?
No, she stole 11,000 cases of chicken wings.
Over years, I'm imagining.
Over a particular length of time, from July 2020 to 2022. 2 years. She stole $1.5 million worth of chicken wings.
That's a pandemic hustle, my friend.
I think it is, because what happened was that this is a school that was basically sending food out to remote learners, okay? Mm-hmm. And some of the food was chicken wings.
That's pretty decent.
And then, it's very nice. So Vera Little, the food service director for Harvey School District near Chicago, stole the huge amount of fast food during the pandemic and its aftermath, when the wings were meant for children doing remote learning.
You're stealing food from kids during a global pandemic.
Hungry children.
Ooh, look, I'm usually all about, fuck big corporations.
Yeah.
That corporation was trying to do some good.
The school was sending them food, and you stole 11,000 cases of chicken wings in the 2 years. It's actually less than 2 years, so July to February 2022. So about 18 months.
18 months. And she... So, now, like, that... Presumably, the kids still got some food. It wasn't just like, we ran out at your house.
Yeah, so she was just stealing 11,000 cases, and then what happened was that the school did a routine audit, and it found that the annual food service costs were $300,000 over budget only halfway through the school year. So she was taking the chicken wings and then putting another order in for another box of chicken wings consistently.
Jesus. So, and she didn't think that was going to be an issue. She thought she could hide it.
Vera Little is 68 years old. So I think she was just saying, one for me, one for them, and then sure nothing will be known about this.
What was she doing with the stolen wings?
I was going to ask you, right? So this story, the more you think about, like, the more it becomes, like, unhinged, because it starts off, woman steals chicken wings. You're like, okay, look, that's a bit harsh. Don't think she should have been fucking, like, fired. I think she's grand.
She got jail.
gets 9-year sentence in jail because she stole $1.5 million worth of chicken wings, 11,000 cases over 18 months. So, very good question, Shaun. What could a woman who's nearly 70 years old want with $1.5 million worth of chicken wings, unless she's bringing them home and feeding, I don't know, maybe a small family of 14?
I found... bulk food order Cisco in Ireland, they sell them in 10 kilograms to a case of chicken wings. So let's just work off that. What do you do? And presumably it's a monthly order they're putting in?
Yeah, they're probably monthly or every fortnight, I'd say.
I suppose if you're feeding kids and...
You don't want those kids to go hungry.
No, you don't. You really don't. So let's say 20 kilos of chicken wings a month. How are you moving those? You just eating them at home?
You couldn't eat 20 kg of chicken wings a month. Unless she's bulking. Is she bulking something serious?
I mean, it is very lean protein, I'll grant you.
She must be in the gym.
How much?
Absolutely hopping off it.
How much does a chicken wing weigh? About 85 grams.
So many chicken wings.
So if we divide 20,000 by 85, now it's only 235 wings. So you divide that by, let's say, 30 days, average in a month. It's about 8 wings per day.
She's having 8 wings a day.
Every day, 8 wings.
Every day
bit
for
of celery,
2 years.
bit of blue cheese.
After like a month, you'd be like, oh jeez, I'd love anything but fucking 8 chicken wings.
After a week, man. Like,
yeah.
Imagine the bones she's throwing out.
Like, she's after building a dam in her fucking backyard, just all the bones.
Yeah, it's like when Wolverine's up on that fucking cross. He's just surrounded by...
I love the idea, like the CSI people show up and there's just a field full of bones and they're just like, holy shit.
What happened here?
What occurred here? Oh man.
8 wings a day.
So, 8 wings a day, every day, for 2 years. Yeah. 200 something wings a month is too many wings.
Oh no, it's absolutely too many wings. Now, if we wanted to get into the weeds with this, we could look up the calories per chicken wing.
I mean, I don't think... Well, she could be running a lot, though, so we don't know what she's putting on or
we don't
taking
know
off.
the 68-year-old woman's exercise regime.
She could be an absolute marathon runner and needs the wings.
Yeah, you know what? And if that's the case, fuck the kids.
No... No, I think if that's the case, you still can't steal from the kids.
Oh, right, okay. All right, if you want to be like that.
But officer, I'm running marathons.
Now, again, this could be a weekly food order. We could be up to 16 wings a day.
16 a day? I just think 11,000 cases of wings from a school that's feeding hungry kids. Like... Man, what the fuck?
Like, how do you reconcile that with yourself? I'll give you 1 box. If you're like, maybe it was left over at the end of the delivery track. You can take that.
I'll even give you 100 boxes over 2 years. Because that's actually not bad. That's like 1 a week.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's 11,000 boxes. There's no way this is fucking every 2 weeks.
So, if she sold 1 every week, she'd have, like... a reasonable amount of wings.
She'd have like 80 boxes of wings.
Yeah. Like that's enough wings.
That's enough wings.
That's fine.
That's too many wings.
That's 10 wings a week. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's grand.
You shouldn't have wings every day.
I think 10 a week is fine. Have it on a Tuesday. Tuesday's wing day.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Wing Wednesday.
That. Wing Wednesday if you want. But 11,000 seems like too many.
She must be selling them on or giving them to family or something.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like Fast and the Furious 1 with all those high-end DVD players.
So she's taking 10 boxes a week. Just over 10 boxes a week over 2 years.
Yeah, so did we say 18 months? Was that the thing?
Well, it's about, I was going off about 50 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, you can do 18 months if you want.
So that's 78 weeks. And so 11,000 divided by 78, you're stealing 141 boxes a week.
A week?
What the fuck?
What's she doing with them?
What's happening?
How are you moving that much merch every week?
Yeah.
Where are they going?
How are you not getting... How are you transporting this? Like...
There's cartels that transport less drugs over borders than you're transporting wings from your home.
They're unrefrigerated on the way to the house, surely.
How? She can't get a truck. Has she bought a refrigerated truck or something? How is she bringing them home?
That's going to be sus if you pull up to the school in a refrigerated truck.
Have you got any ice?
And hardly... That's like... It's not being delivered to her house, you don't think?
No, she's taking them from the school.
But are they storing them? I suppose the school has the big kitchens and stuff. They would be storing them and they'd have all the kids' informations. 141 cases a week.
A week?
That's disgusting.
That's too many. That's too many cases.
Genuinely, she might deserve the 9 years.
No, I think it's one of those where we need her to tell us how she did it.
Yeah.
Because that's more important. It's going to be like the person that, like, you know, buries all the bodies. They're like, just tell us where you left them. And he's like, nah. I ain't telling you none. I'm going down with that. We need to know what you were doing with that many boxes.
She's about to be top dog in that prison. Because she is going to move fucking merch.
Merch is getting moved.
Like, she is... She can get stuff. That's just who she is.
There's child murderers in there going to be terrified of her.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, holy shit, she fucking knows her shit.
She knows her business acumen. She knows how to deliver an order, let me tell you.
Shaun, I wanted to touch on that because that story devolves more and more into madness. The longer it goes,
the more you pull
think
that thread, it's like, how does any of this happen?
How does she do this, right? But speaking of threads, because I have a headline that I didn't think I'd ever read. I know all the words, I just don't think I've ever put them in this sentence. Kangaroo escapes from prison in Czech Republic.
Oh, that's not where kangaroos hang out.
Police in the Czech Republic are on the trail of an unusual fugitive that escaped from a prison near Prague. Why? A kangaroo. I did not say zoo, I said prison.
It's true. Why was he
Some
there?
would say zoos are also prisons, but we're not going to get into that. Authorities said 2 kangaroos escaped on Saturday from the jail, which was southeast of the capital, but one of them later returned on its own. So just out for a jog.
Yeah, well, a hop.
A hop, if you will. Prison representative Marketa Prunurova said the other kangaroo remains on the loose days later, and police are searching all of the nearby areas to try and find it. He urged members of the public not to attempt to approach the kangaroo and instead contact police if it's spotted. I suppose the question then becomes, if you see the kangaroo, Shaun, would you approach it?
I think I would. Because I've told you about this, that I have, like, certain animals are just dudes. Like a gorilla, just a dude. Kangaroo, just a dude. Turtle, a dude. Like, a fish, not a dude. A bird, not a dude. You know, well, some birds, like an emu.
No, I want you to keep making the list.
A bear, that's a dude.
A bear is not a dude.
Bear's a dude. A bear's a dude. Like
a polar bear.
Polar bear's a dude, yeah.
What is wrong with you? You're gonna die. They're gonna eat you.
I'll treat all the dudes differently, but they're like, I feel they can be reasoned with to a certain extent. Alligator, not a dude.
What's an alligator then? Is the only option dude or not a dude?
Yeah. It's dude or regular animal. And dude is a gender neutral term, by the way. It's like,
yeah, he's just the dude.
A dude, like it's just a guy. It's just it's like,
yeah.
Any of those could be a human wearing an animal suit to me. And that's how I would treat them as such.
Giraffe.
No, a giraffe's not a dude.
Rhino.
A dude.
Hippo.
Not a dude.
Lion.
Not a dude.
Yeah, too aggressive.
Yeah. See, you're getting it. There is a logic there.
Cheetah.
Cheetah's a dude. A cheetah is a dude.
A mole rat.
No. Have I said hedgehog?
No.
Hedgehog's a dude. Anteater, dude.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. It's how my brain works.
I mean, how do you work like that? Like, what does that even help you with? Like,
Just in how I interpret a frog is a dude. Like,
right. So you're saying a frog and a bear are both dudes.
I think
like,
it's like in my head.
Put into words.
In my head, I'll put a personality on them. Do you know? Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I anthropomorphize them a little bit, but...
Sorry, just a little bit. Oh yeah, no, go on. Continue talking about your dudes.
No, we've talked
dudes.
about this as well, though, is that, like, I think numbers have personalities. Like,
yeah, but that's fucking weird, man. That's like... like, we've talked about that, and I just give you a look like... Oh, man.
I should be studied.
Yeah. So what... Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Is there a cross reference? Because can a number be a dude?
Oh, excellent question, Connor.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I don't... Well...
What about 7?
I don't trust 7.
What about 3?
Trust 3. Okay, so it's trust with numbers, apparently. Yeah.
Who hurt you?
I don't know. 8, big fan.
An 8, you love an 8.
I go drinking with 8.
Okay, what about a 9?
Yeah, same. Go drinking with 9.
Okay.
Trust 9.
6? So now it's involved in the would you go drinking with these numbers? So, question, what's the worst number to have a pint with?
14. I don't know why.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no logic.
There's no logic. It's pure gut instinct.
What about 4?
4's too young. But 1 is a granddad. Like, this is like...
What the fuck are you talking about?
I have no idea.
1 is a granddad and 4 is too young, you just said.
4 is like a child, you can't go drinking, but 1 is a granddad.
What about 2?
Oh, see, my brain just said 2 is at work. I don't know what that means.
What does he work as?
I think I need medicine.
I think, well, there's no think really involved in that. I know what you need. It's a fucking long fucking sleep for a while and just maybe a fucking rethink.
How long? You're gonna kill me?
No, just like a fucking coma or something,
right
just until he snaps out.
To answer your question, I would approach the kangaroo and try and talk it to following me.
If a kangaroo was a number, what number would it be?
18.
Just the straight immediate answer of just like, of course, it's obviously 18.
It's of course. You know how people have like synesthesia, like they can see sound.
Yeah,
I have that, but like with empathy for concepts. I think.
I don't think that's a sentence. I think you've made up that sentence.
I think I've strung a lot of words together there to try and
I think you put a few words in a line and you thought you'd get away with it, but I don't think that's a thing. Sure, I think you've made that up.
Connor's given no quarter on this episode.
You've empathy for, what was it?
Concepts.
Empathy for concepts. And if you were like, maybe a bit of synergy as well, you'd have to have empathy for concepts.
You'd have to. It's the only way to live your life. Someone listening has to be like smart and be able to tell me what's wrong with me. Surely that's... I'm not going to a doctor.
I love the fact that the smart person, you don't want them to agree with you. You're like, no, tell me what's fucking wrong
I'm
with
aware. This isn't how brains are meant to work.
Yeah, so what we need to figure out what's going on in there. We need to crack it open, I think, and just maybe have a look around.
Yeah. What else? Sometimes I can't hear if the lights are too bright.
What do you mean?
Just, you're too busy looking at everything, so your brain stops listening.
I think these are all signs of ADHD, though.
Oh, maybe. That's very likely.
But
if I stop that, I won't be funny. I'll lose my sparkle.
Or else you'll have a reason why you're funny.
Oh, and then I could channel it.
And then you channel it more.
Interesting.
Yeah. What number would you put on a lamp?
On a lamp? Ooh. 12 is speaking to me.
It's a real big empathy of concepts you got going on over there.
Thanks, bud. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah. I think you should change your bio on Twitter to empathy for concepts.
Empathy for concepts.
Just like somebody trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
It just means I'm a nice boy. I'm a nice, polite young man.
What do you think about giraffe? What number is a giraffe?
19. See...
I mean, what is that?
But no, because if I was... That's gut instinct. If I was to think logically, it's 47. Yeah. I don't know why. But
why
gut
would it be 47? Let's go back. Why, if you think logically, is a 47?
It's kind of a shape of a giraffe. You got a big long bit and then a body.
Surely you just pick 11. There are two long ones.
No, that's a bridge. See.
What are you talking about? 11 isn't a bridge.
It's a bridge. 11's a bridge.
How is it a bridge?
Because you're looking at a bridge from top down.
Surely a 17 is a bridge because it has the little bridge going across with the 7.
Nah, you're wrong.
No, you've gotten this wrong in my
Connor, please leave this to the empathy for concepts.
Leave it to the fucking experts here, you fucking idiot. Okay, you're just making a fucking joke of yourself. Shaun, how are we catching this kangaroo?
Big net.
I'm hoping something new on it. To be honest,
I've seen videos of lads like fighting kangaroos. Like,
could you beat a kangaroo in a fight?
What kind of kangaroo?
What do you mean, what kind? A kangaroo?
The strongest kangaroo in the world? No. A regular kangaroo? Maybe.
Also no.
I think I'd stand a pretty good chance.
Not like a baby. Not a joey.
No, I'm not going to fight a joey.
Yeah.
See, but you can hack a kangaroo. You can, if you shine a light at a kangaroo, it'll just look at it. It'll freeze. He's like me when he fucking sees a bright light.
How we break up the fight is someone just turns on a torch and the kangaroo gets distracted. You're like, I can't fucking hear. That light is too bright.
It's called going lamping. And so...
of course. Could you be lamped?
I think I could be lamped, actually. It'd certainly catch my attention, I think
if a bright light was in a field, you'd be like, what the fuck is that over there? I gotta run towards it.
Yeah, keep looking at the sun.
Yeah. I don't know where we go from this.
It's going to be hard for you to pull back on.
I don't know where we go from this.
See, I've been in work all day. I've had all this bottled up. Now I get to leave.
Keep it bottled up. I will put it back in the bottle. Tighten that bottle up and put it away.
Very good, sir. Thank you for your time.
I'm in... What number am I?
You're 92.
Why?
I don't know.
So what number are you?
I don't have a number.
Oh, you're numberless. You're formless.
I'm formless. I'm like water. I'll just go anywhere.
I'm an empathy. I've got empathy for concepts. I'm a. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of a being. I'm an idea.
I am a concept, perhaps.
Yeah, you kind of are sometimes. Yeah,
you're not a fucking human anyway.
You're a fucking dose. Shaun, I don't know where we need to go from this because I had a few stories, and I don't really know which one to go with at the minute. Fun. I mean, we can go for the mannequin graveyard. We can finish on that.
Okay.
Eerie mannequin graveyard where the dolls are haunted by a ghost, Shaun.
Well, they wouldn't be haunted by fucking nothing, would they?
So Ros Edwards, this is a woman in England, has been collecting mannequins since 2007 and is now the proud owner of a mannequin graveyard.
Okay, can someone get eyes on Ros and just make sure she's not fucking up to anything?
Her and the chicken wing lady could do very well together.
Oh, hell yeah.
Chicken Wing Lady's got a wing graveyard. Although she believes the dolls are haunted by a ghost. So, I mean, make it that
Swings and roundabouts, you know.
Swings and roundabouts. The woman, Ross Edwards, she began collecting, as I said, in 2007. After closing her art shop, she now possesses an impressive pile of 15,000 rescued dummies, approximately 20 feet high and 50 feet long, stored in an RAF base.
Pile? Stored in
Yeah.
How has she access to an RAF base? That's where the planes go.
The spooky dolls are rented out, and the graveyard serves as a film location, attracting big names like X Factor, Top Gear, and the Supergrass Gaz Coombs.
What? Okay, have you an address for this graveyard? I want to look it up.
Former Mannequin Hill in Fulbeck, Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire, I see. Mannequin Hill, Lincolnshire. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, Mannequin Hire, all you need to know. It's got 3 stars on TripAdvisor.
That's pretty good. Out of 3 or is out of something else? Oh, good. Oh no.
Oh no, this is awful.
Oh no.
£50 for 15 minutes. You can pay £50 and just pick through the pile. And you just get to... This woman took all tits as well. That's fair play.
All tits. Fair play to her.
Yeah. It's just a lot of people in front of the back of their hatchbacks giving thumbs up while it's full of dismembered body parts.
Yeah, would you not pay 50 quid for that though? That's a great deal.
You know what? I would, I'd say, actually.
She organises an annual Halloween event around the place.
Man, we have to go to this.
She was first suspected that Ross first suspected that Mannequin Hall was haunted when certain unexplained things happened. A presence felt in her room like somebody was there, but nobody was. To be fair, you are in a giant place full of mannequins.
Yeah, like mannequins on their own are just freaky, but putting thousands of them in the one location, you're gonna feel a little bit on edge.
If you stick eyes on them, like, you know, the googly eyes, if you stick eyes on every single one of them, I mean, that's the most horror thing you could do. Oh no. So I've scrolled down on the mannequin website, and you can buy a box of baby bits. Sorry, what did you just say?
A box of baby bits.
What does it mean by that?
Load of baby-sized mannequins.
Oh, good.
And you can just buy them. You can buy just a baby mannequin. This one's just called A Real Girl. Headless Baby. Cloth Man.
Who's buying Headless Baby?
I have no idea. You can just buy hands.
Put the list.
Yeah,
imagine how many hands we could buy.
What would we use the hands for, Connor?
Just to have them. Just to have a hand.
And for £120, you get 60 minutes to film in the mannequin studio.
That seems like a poor deal.
True, but we could crank out 2 Hero or Zeros in there.
Is there a mannequin man? There's got to be a mannequin man.
There's got to be a mannequin superhero.
Surely mannequin man exists.
Mannequin superhero. Oh, well, it's just going to give me mannequins of superheroes, isn't it? Mannequin, Batman Wiki. There you go. She wears a costume and makes her resemble a mannequin.
How many issues did they appear in?
Detective Comics Volume 1, number 506 from 1981.
Oh,
one
classic.
comic.
One issue in 1981. An absolute fan favourite.
Oh, she's a star. She's a real star, Connor. And I'd expect a report on my desk.
She also thinks, by the way, that the place is haunted by a ghost called Trevor. because she once was walking through it and she looked down and she seen a shadowy figure at the end of a corridor, and then she shouted out Trevor for no reason, and the shadowy figure ran away.
That's like me with the numbers. Just say whatever happens, whatever comes to your head.
Just say anything. It doesn't matter. She has named the airman because she assumes he's part of the RAF base.
Well, he would be, wouldn't he?
Hanging about the mannequins as you would. But then she also goes back at herself, because I think that's the promo bit, and then I think the interviewer's like, is it really haunted? Because then she says, well, many think the mannequins in her venue are haunted. No evidence suggests a link to the paranormal.
So she's right there. So the mannequins aren't haunted. The RAF base is haunted by Trevor.
It's the base that's haunted. The mannequin's clean.
The reason Trevor was running, because he's fucking terrified of all those mannequins.
I would be too.
Yeah.
I would be absolutely terrified.
You would think you're in hell, wouldn't you?
I think it would be a good bit, though, to like bring a one night stand back there. And just like bring them in, like, I'll just turn on the lights there for you and just close the door behind you, and then just turn it on. There's just 50-foot long pile of mannequins in your fucking RAF base.
Now, would that be an immediate no from you, do you think? Or is it like a hear me out situation?
Is there any way I could talk you around? I think it's very much, I'm not comfortable anymore and I'd like to go home now, please.
I don't want to become one of your mannequins, if that's okay.
Because you would assume you're next.
Yeah, that's a serial killer's whole thing.
You're like, this is where I die.
Yeah.
Like, there's no two ways of thinking about it.
The mannequiller.
Mannequiller could work. Despite this, Roz said the spirits are good but shy, adding, I haven't ever had any bad feelings about them. Trevor and company make themselves known by triggering a feeling that you are not alone, although you appear to be. That's a sentence that Shaun could say. She said, it's like an energy. You expect to see a person, but there's nobody there.
My girl's got empathy for concepts, Connor.
I suppose you could say that, yes, but I don't know, once again, what that means. So we can say that about anything.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the things that I say.
I think in your next, everyone in work, if you get called into a meeting with your boss, I think really, if they're shitting on about some, just really try and pull out the fact that you have empathy for concepts. And it sounds good.
Yeah. I suddenly just start falling upwards and I become like head of the company.
Because they're just like, he's got a real, I can't put my finger on it, je ne sais quoi, but when you talk to him in one-on-one, my God, does he have a way with words.
He's just interesting to talk to.
He's just got an empathy for concepts. He always says it. You know what I mean?
He always says it.
Think of a concept. I feel it. And I have empathy for it.
I'll put emotion on that. That's fine. That's healthy.
She recalled a time, by the way, when she heard someone walking up the corridors whistling a tune, saying that she was the only one there but her dog got up and barked, but it's actually very subtle and she doesn't know if there's anyone there. So she's doing both things here.
Yeah.
She's mannequins not haunted, base is. Come see them, but simultaneously you might also die from the whistling ghost.
So in a way, she's giving you all the information and you can make your own choices, you know? But all I'm saying, 50 quid, 15 minutes picking through a mannequin pile. I
think that's overpriced. That's completely overpriced.
It's a really good hourly rate for her, isn't it?
That's outrageously overpriced. You wouldn't even give them half an hour. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. We could fill a car in 15 minutes, though, with mannequin bits.
And what are we taking then? So, like, after, 14:59, she walks in?
I guess so, yeah.
And the mannequins come alive and beat the shit out of you or something.
Do you think she watches you while you do it?
After 15:01, the mannequins all just get up and their eyes just turn red. It's just like, oh shit!
All the lights go dark.
It's just like a Squid Game.
Yeah.
Big doll girl.
They all turn and look at you.
You can go in, but you'll never leave. You have to leave at 14:50 if you're going to leave. Give yourself 10 seconds to get out of there.
Yeah, otherwise you join the pile.
Yeah. I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Shaun.
What a week, Connor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yes, why not?
Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday with another episode of the show. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in that description. And all of the good people over there help us to keep making the show. We genuinely could not do it without them, and we're so very thankful. If you want to join them, you can head on over there. You do get a shout out. So thank you to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles the Quantum, Immortal, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Washington Italy Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Luke the Gamer 1, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Gambit's Cajun accent #1 defender, Ed Ball, about to make a name for myself, Ed Ball,
I'm about to make my name for myself here.
Conor and Lorraine will only accept MCU Galactus and Paul Mescal GAA shorts. Russ, a big thanks to Shaun for ruining all future breakfasts with your testicle-shaped weetabix rating-Parfitt. What's that? Is that from Deadpool?
I think that's from Deadpool, yeah.
Okay, I just say stuff sometimes.
Yeah, he's got an empathy for concepts. What can you say?
Jackson Brueheim will be attending Shaun's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Kira Lawler, Judge Lahey, The Amazing World of Keza, Mikey, Chair's #1 fan bucket is good too, Kyle Borowski, Rory, Peter Bobieter, Banana fan of Foveater, V5 Fomeater Peter, Jack Markham, Barrel of Cheese and Johnny Ray. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. Head on over there if you want to support the show, or there is also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's @heroesforhirepod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lorraine.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
We shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.